This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. We start with a scary moment for construction workers this afternoon in Clinton when police say a car passed a flagger, triggering a head-on collision with another vehicle traveling through the construction zone. Maine DOT workers were repairing the shoulders along Route 100 with the right lane going southbound into Clinton blocked off. Clinton police say shortly after noon, a red Subaru traveling southbound towards the roadwork passed a car that had stopped in front of a flagger. The red Subaru then drove straight into oncoming traffic, hitting a black Hyundai head-on.
There was a possibility that they might have experienced a medical event. We don't know that for sure right now. But he did swerve around the line of traffic, avoided them, and then hit the person head-on that was headed northbound on Route 100.
According to Officer Schwinnard, the two victims suffered only minor injuries and no construction workers were injured. The Maine Ethics Commission will not move forward with an investigation into Senate President Troy Jackson's residency. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard has that story.
A request for the Maine Ethics Commission to investigate Senate President Troy Jackson was made last month by Representative John Andrews, a Republican from Paris, citing concerns about Jackson's residency after he purchased a home in Augusta with an FHA loan. The Maine Ethics Commission heard testimony from both Representative Andrews and Senate President Jackson before voting unanimously not to investigate any further.
I know this is not going to end this by any shape or form. But I look forward to keeping the record straight, continuing to fight for the people of the state of Maine, and not throwing these pirates and stones at other members.
Representative Andrews agrees that this issue is not over and urges U.S. Attorney Darcy McElwee to investigate.
There's a lot of pieces that are worthy of investigation. The Ethics Commission voted not to investigate. But I think by doing that, they have declared, they declared for the state of Maine that Troy Jackson's primary residence is in the Allagash. Therefore, when he signed a federal housing authority loan, he signed that his principal residence was in Augusta. I think that determines that that wasn't true when he signed it.
In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, the legislature's Health and Human Services Committee met today to talk about issues plaguing the state's public guardianship system. The committee hearing was scheduled after it was reported that 8 adults under public guardianship died under unclear circumstances. Lawmakers heard testimony from probate court judges, advocacy groups, and the Department of Health and Human Services on what changes are needed to provide a safer environment for adults the state is charged with caring for. There is currently a law requiring that any deaths of people under guardianship be reported to Health and Human Services, and according to committee members, that has never happened.
It appeared that historically this was not occurring. Part of our goal here today in sort of examining that and whether or not there might be a means by which to modernize that standard.
DHHS says they have reviewed the 8 adult deaths, and they say many of them had severe conditions like cancer, dementia, and traumatic brain injuries. Well, starting today, more than 100 new laws here in Maine are going into effect, and they range from small rules and regulations to major policy changes. A law allowing physicians to provide abortions after 22 to 24 weeks is one of them. Previously, this was only allowed if the mother's health was in danger. Another law allows cities and towns to provide naloxone in public places like municipal buildings, libraries, and more. And in transportation, a new law instructs drivers to slow down or, if safely possible, to move to a non-adjacent lane when passing any disabled vehicle on the side of the road. And the Maine Department of Agriculture, Conservation and Forestry is implementing a new open burning law requiring one-day permits for larger bonfires, campfires, and other recreational fires that exceed 3 feet by 3 feet. That new law also states that if a red flag warning is issued by the National Weather Service, then no recreational fires are allowed.
We don't want people to think that they can't have recreational campfires on their property anymore. They just, if they keep it small, they won't need this additional permit. But if they're going to have a large one, they will need the permit.
Well, those permits are free and can be obtained at maineburnpermit.com after the 9 a.m. fire damage report. The long-awaited auction of the Perk plant in Orrington took place today, but it didn't end the way stakeholders wanted it to. A small group of bidders came into the site in Orrington to bid on the real estate and personal property as a whole. Employees hoped someone would buy the plant and reopen, saving jobs that have been on furlough since the stoppage of work in September. The bad news today is that no one came in with a minimum bid and the auction failed. They now wait until November 2nd, where they will try once again. Well, members and employees of the Maine Hospital Association can now work towards earning degrees at Husson University at a discounted rate. The MHA has partnered with Husson University for workforce development as the healthcare industry continues to work towards meeting the needs and demands of the community. According to the university, those eligible will receive a 10% discount towards their educational pursuits.
It's going to increase, hopefully, the population of people that are going to be moving into healthcare professions because the demand is great, and we're happy to support that initiative.
These benefits apply to anyone affiliated with the Maine Hospital Association. The university hopes to continue to do their part in supporting the needs of the healthcare industry. And switching gears now, a Maine lobster company is recalling several of its products due to potential listeria contamination. Greenhead Lobster announced the voluntary recall of all frozen and refrigerated lobster meat produced between May 9th and October 19th. If you purchase the product, you can find the production date on the white label on the front of the package. According to the Greenhead Lobster, these products were distributed to Maine and New Hampshire and then sold nationwide through other distributors. The products were sold in packages ranging from 1 to 2 pounds or in cases up to 12 pounds. A statement from the company says no illnesses have been reported in connection with the recall. Those who purchased recalled products should not eat them and can return them at the place they were purchased for a full refund. Some important information there. Alrighty, folks, well, let's go ahead and hit pause here, peek outside, and get a first check of our forecast.
All right, Beth, thank you. Your first weather is brought to you by Winterport Sheds. You need extra storage, a place to live, camp on your lot, a building for your pets. Check them out at Winterport or at the Bangor Mall. And, of course, at winterportsheds.com. Looking outside today, haha, what a day, right? Temperatures hanging out in the 60s across the region. We'll take it, but tomorrow is going to be even warmer with high temperatures back up near 70 tomorrow. For today, lots of increasing clouds and a couple of light rain showers and areas of drizzle are out there now. They are few and far between, but they are out there and likely for a few more hours tonight, likely ending overnight. As all this kind of pushes through, then tomorrow is going to be a very nice day. Your forecast tonight, though, is any kind of rain showers ending out there, turning mostly cloudy with low temperatures in the 50s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
Alrighty, Jeff, thanks so much. And coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, ballot question number 3, whether or not the state of Maine should transfer from investor-owned utility companies CMP and Versant to a consumer-owned utility company. Well, it's shaping up to be one of the most contentious questions in recent memory. And coming up after the break, we'll have an interview with someone from the Yes on 3 side, State Senator Nicole Grahowski. Stay with us.
Miracle Ear made it easy. I just booked an appointment, and a certified hearing care professional evaluated my hearing loss and helped me find the right device calibrated to my unique hearing needs.
Call now and book your free hearing evaluation.
There's too much uncertainty around Pine Tree Power.
Business leaders say it will mean higher rates with no guarantee of better service.
It will mean tremendous uncertainty for workers, say Maine's labor leaders.
Maine's sportsmen warn it will jeopardize Maine's outdoor way of life.
And Governor Mills says, let's not gamble with our future. Vote no on question 3.
Please join leading Maine voices and vote no on 3.
It's a bad idea for Maine.
Luna Family Auto Sales is a locally owned business run by a husband and wife team. Here at Luna Family Auto Sales, we combine our passion for cars with providing service to the community and local economy.
Featuring no doc or hidden fees at all, we offer financing for all credit types and service everything we sell.
Check out our website at lunafamilyautosales.com.
Or come in and say hi. We'd love to meet you and introduce ourselves.
Luna Family Auto Sales, 649 Stillwater Ave, Old Town.
With AAA Insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA Insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
Miracle Ear made it easy. I just booked an appointment, and a certified hearing care professional evaluated my hearing loss and helped me find the right device calibrated to my unique hearing needs.
Call now and book your free hearing evaluation.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Ballot referendum question 3 is one of the most contentious in Maine history. It asks voters to say yes or no to the takeover of Maine's investor-owned utilities, CMP and Versant, for the installation of a new publicly owned utility, Pine Tree Power. We spoke to folks on both sides of this hot-button issue, and tonight we bring you our unedited conversation with Maine Senator Nicole Grohosky, who represents those who want Mainers to vote yes on question 3. Senator, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your time. Let's dive right into it. So first, I did read that you all explored other models when you were sort of creating the plan for Pine Tree Power. So if you could talk briefly about sort of what other models you looked at and why they were valid for the state of Maine.
Yeah, great question. Yeah. So Maine actually has 10 consumer-owned utilities already, and they serve people that live in 98 communities in Maine. Mm-hmm. So we could look right in our own backyard for some great examples. Mm-hmm. One near and dear to where I live and to my heart is Eastern Maine Electric Co-op, mm-hmm. which provides great service, and they pay 9 cents a kilowatt hour for their rates, whereas us here in the Versant territory pay 13.1 cents. So we know that the service can be great and that the bills can be lower with a consumer-owned utility.
So speaking of the bills, first things first, the statute as it's written sets out this unfit to serve designation that must first be met by utilities before the legislation is triggered, and then you're able to sort of take them over. So talk a little bit about how that process works. How do you actually initiate this designation that then allows the takeover of CMP and Versant?
Well, actually, to be clear, when voters vote yes on November 7th, that actually is what triggers the beginning of the process. Mm-hmm. We would elect a board next year. Mm-hmm. That board would appoint additional board members, and they would move forward with the purchase price with the utilities to buy those and for us to own and operate them. The fitness to serve standards are actually standards that we think should be in place in general for utilities. Mm-hmm. We know the Pine Tree Power Company can meet those standards. Mm-hmm. They include things like reliability, cost, customer service, interconnection of mm-hmm. renewable energy. So we know the Pine Tree Power can meet those standards. Mm-hmm. We also know that Central Maine Power and Versant are not currently meeting those standards.
Okay. And so speaking of cost to consumers, Pine Tree Power, definitely boasts that more affordable bills, but between sort of the high acquisition costs that are purported to be what we'd be facing, plus a couple other areas where consumers would absorb costs, like the high likelihood of litigation with the takeover and the absorption of some staff members that the PUC is going to mandate. how can Mainers feel assured that in fact they are going to save money?
Well, I think the biggest way, or the best way I could explain this, is thinking about going from a high-cost rent to owning your own home and having a low-interest mortgage. So what we'll do when we buy these two utilities is we will be able to pay off the debt with 2 to 4% interest. Right now, every time the utility makes an investment, we're paying 8 to 14% interest. So a lot of money is leaving just on that fact alone. Now, in the beginning, you talked about models that we looked at. We also looked at a lot of places where these transitions have happened, going from for-profit corporations running electricity grids to nonprofit, locally controlled companies like the Pine Tree Power Company. And we found in every one of those instances, costs went down. You know, our opponents like to bring up New York a lot. Their costs went down from day one, 20%, and it has stayed that way.
And finally, because I think we're running out of time a little bit here, I wanted to just ask you if you could touch on one more point in terms of making the case for a yes vote on question 3. What is that one additional point that you would bring up?
Absolutely. We know that Maine people are suffering with bad service and very high costs, some of the highest in the country. We know that consumer ownership works here in Maine and around the country. 25% of Americans actually have consumer-owned utilities. And we know this is our best chance to invest in our future, to bring back local control, and to not have foreign corporations and foreign governments actually owning our critical infrastructure. Maine can do this, and I hope that Mainers will vote yes on November 7th on question 3, because we need to take back control of our grid.
And real quickly, because I think we have a little bit of time left, job loss is always a factor for Maine people. So talk a little bit about the job security of folks who are already working for CMP and Versant.
Yeah, so our line workers are doing a great job with the resources they have, and they would get to keep their jobs. And in fact, they get a retention bonus because we know that those are the folks that keep the lights on. We are looking to get rid of the CEOs and the corporate boards that don't even meet in the state of Maine and keep the workers that we know and trust.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time and adding a little additional insight for our viewers. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. And tomorrow night you will hear from stakeholders who want Mainers to vote no on question 3, so stay tuned to that. And in the meantime, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, our Devin Dagnall will take us to an arcade in Orono that aims to offer the most entertainment for your dollar, quite literally. And in sports, Maine hockey is gearing up for a trip to the defending national champs this weekend. That story right after the break.
Finding the right vehicle for you and your family can be a daunting task. At Varney Buick GMC, our expert staff is here to make the journey as painless as possible. Our goal is to get you and your family in a vehicle that will best fit into your lifestyle. Communication is key, and our team makes sure to be completely transparent throughout the process, informing you on all of your options. Come experience Varney value, only at Varney Buick GMC.
Gun Sports and Brewer knows that for fun, exercise, and meeting new friends, nothing is better than ice skating. Whether it's sailing down the ice, making a great pass, and scoring in a game of hockey, or the grace, strength, and expression of figure skating. From the youngest child all the way to adulthood, anyone can enjoy the fun of skating. At Gun Sports, we supply the equipment for your skating fun for great prices, the proper fit, and service after the sale. Shop your locally owned Gun Sports Shop, Greenpoint Road in Brewer.
To keep the doors open as long as we have, the customers always come first. And that's why we're against question 3. Question 3 costs $13.5 billion. That's billion with a B, which could mean higher taxes for all Mainers. It turns our power grid over to the politicians, the same politicians that take money from the oil and gas companies. They put themselves first, not us. Question 3 is a risk Mainers cannot afford.
This Veterans Day, join Fox ABC Maine as we salute and honor our veterans. Are you an active, inactive, or retired member of the armed services? Do you know someone who is? Then upload your photos on foxbangor.com/Maine Heroes. We will randomly select multiple veterans to win a gift voucher from Chick-fil-A. Locally sponsored by Chase's Family Restaurant, Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear, Herman Meadow Golf Club, and Leo & Sons Auto Repair.
COVID-19 is still a major health concern,
It hasn't gone away, and new cases are on the rise. Everyone aged 6 months and older should be vaccinated against COVID. People with high blood pressure, asthma, heart disease, and diabetes who are overweight and who are older are at a higher risk of getting very sick from COVID. Get vaccinated. Don't risk your health. Visit hometownhealthcenter.org for more information.
Now, with so much on the line, more Americans are turning to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight than any other newscast across all of television.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We're going to start with some baseball here. We told you last night that the Red Sox had hired former pitcher Craig Breslow as their chief baseball officer, and the team confirming that news today. Breslow, a Yale grad with degrees in molecular biophysics and biochemistry, that's a fun note, won 2 World Series with Boston, one in 2007, one in 2013. He was hired to the Cubs front office by Theo Epstein in early 2019 and quickly worked his way up to the assistant general manager and the vice president of pitching before his 3rd year in that organization. Breslow releasing a statement today saying, quote, "I couldn't be more excited to return to the Boston Red Sox, an organization that means so much to my family and me." He says he's humbled by the opportunity and he knows firsthand how special winning in Boston is and looks forward once again to experiencing that passion and success with fans. All right, certainly some exciting stuff there. Let's go over to the ice now. Maine hockey is back in action this weekend with their first big test of the season. The Black Bears heading down to Connecticut to play the defending national champs at Quinnipiac. Maine had last weekend off after opening the season with 2 wins over RPI. And when it comes to a team like the Bobcats, the 5th-ranked team in the nation, Ben Barr and his guys see it simply as a great opportunity to prove themselves against one of the nation's best teams.
It's just a really good opportunity for us to go to the defending national champs building and play them twice. It's going to be a difficult environment. They're extremely well coached. They're a very good team. So for us, it's to a man can we go and execute, and that's what an opportunity to be able to go and do that early in the year against the defending national champs.
A little more expectation going to Quinnipiac this weekend. National defending champions. A lot of pressure on us to show what we can do and show all college hockey, the whole nation, what we can do.
All right, looking forward to that one. It is no question the Bobcats are a tough team, especially at home. And Maine knows that, but they are also confident in their own abilities. And they say if they can just stick to their game, they have a shot at heading back north with a few wins.
I think we kind of have the same mindset with every game. You just go in, take it one period at a time. Doesn't really matter who we're playing. We're going to go in. We're going to play our brand of hockey. We're worried about what we're going to do, and we want to take our game to them all weekend.
All right, looking forward to that Friday, Saturday games. Let's move on to some basketball now. We are just over 30 minutes away from tip-off for the 2023 Celtics season. Boston in New York tonight at Madison Square Garden, opening up the year against the Knicks. It's a whole new look for the Celtics, and they had a dominant preseason with Kristaps Porzingis and Drew Holiday. And with the additions of those 2 guys and the Jays coming back for some unfinished business, they are poised to try and get over the hump and hang banner 18.
Adding myself, adding Drew now, it's clear what we're trying to achieve here.
I think just surrounding guys that fit with each other, that complement each other, and all have the same goal in common, and try to win. And I think, they've done a really good job of that, and I'm excited about the team that we have.
Certainly looking forward for that one. Tip-off is at 7. That is all the time we have for sports for now. Here's Jeff Weller with your full 5-day forecast.
Hey, Tyler, thank you. Your full weather is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studio in Penobscot Plaza in Bangor. And we are taking in the temperatures today. I know there's a couple rain showers out there, but who cares? The high is pretty much in the 60s across the region. And tomorrow is going to be even warmer. We're going to go for 70 tomorrow, get close to it Friday, and in the 70s around here on Saturday before a really strong cold front comes through Saturday night, likely changing our lives, of course, on Sunday. Out there now, though, so the surge of warmer air across the south and west, here it is, moving in this direction. We're getting a piece of that out there today. But look what happens, right? Here's the cold stuff right there. It's heavier, it's denser, it typically wins the battle this time of the year, and we will get cooler temperatures in here most likely on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week. The wind today out of the south around 10 miles per hour or so. It will go calm for a couple hours tonight, meaning some dense fog is possible tonight, but then switch out of the west tomorrow. That's going to usher in those warmer temperatures for us for 2 more days, so for tomorrow and also probably for Friday before we get some big changes in here later Saturday into Sunday. All right, so out there today, so lots of increasing clouds and a couple areas of drizzle. Now there's a couple light rain showers in the area. This isn't anything big or huge, but you know it. There's a couple of rain showers out there now that will fall apart tonight. In fact, the back edge is right there. You see it? That is racing in our direction right now. So it's going to be through our area overnight tonight. That will turn off any shower activity out there right now and give us a very nice day tomorrow. A bit breezy tomorrow with temperatures back up near 70, and we'll do it all over again for us on Friday. Lots of weather, though, across the Midwest right now. So moisture here, a storm system there, moisture here. That's snow, the first big snow across northern plains for us for today. Likely sliding just a bit to the east for tomorrow. But overall, a very active weather pattern currently. We'll keep things going around here. All right, for tonight, though, looking at the clouds decreasing late tonight, like tomorrow morning early, 7:30 or so. And then throughout the day tomorrow, we'll call it decreasing clouds across our region once again. Some dense fog is possible tomorrow evening. And then overall, here comes increasing clouds for us on Friday again. There could be a sprinkle or two around on Friday. It won't be a big deal. The bigger deal will be the temperatures on Friday with highs back near 70 and then firmly in the 70s most likely for Saturday before the cold front comes through and really kind of cools things off. Still watching Tammy out here. Of course, here's the model graphic where it could go. Kind of all over the place, right? But it is decreasing intensity, that level 1 hurricane out there right now. Our forecast ends tonight. Looking at partly cloudy skies, any kind of showers ending out there. Look for low temperatures down near 51 and a west breeze around 5 for tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies, a west wind around 5, temperatures reaching for 70, and we'll probably do it. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows tomorrow 71, a bit cooler, more clouds on Friday, 73 on Saturday. Then the cold front comes through. Look what happens on Sunday, 53 for a high, and then 52 and rainy on Monday. Beth?
All righty, Jeff, thanks so much. And there is more to come, folks. Stay with us.
The big automakers want a monopoly on your car repairs. That's why they're starting to restrict access to your car's mechanical data. But voting yes on question 4, right to repair, will stop them. Hundreds of local independent repair shops across Maine urge yes on 4, because yes on 4 will protect consumer choice and save thousands of Maine jobs.
It's your car. It should be your choice where to fix it.
Vote yes on question 4. Yes on right to repair.
Hood milking you. It's why we do what we do, day in and day out. Making milk you can trust, with no artificial growth hormones. And we protect Hood milk with our light block bottle. We care about our milk because we know how much you care about what you give your family. So you can feel good about Hood.
To prepare you for winter, we're holding the Toyota All-Wheel Drive Savings Event with thousands of Toyotas to choose from. Right now, you can save with 3.99% financing on a Tacoma 4x4. The event ends October 31st. Toyota, let's go places.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
tonight. Israeli airstrikes intensify in response to Hamas's brutal attack. Are hostages being used to delay a ground war as fears of a broader conflict brew? More Americans turn to the most watched newscast on television. World News Tonight with David.
Finally tonight, a dollar doesn't get you much these days, but nevertheless, an arcade in Orono wants to make the most of your dollars. A few weeks ago, Orono Arcade opened on Main Street, and besides its vast collection of new and retro games, what makes the Orono Arcade unique is its pricing. None of the games cost more than $1 to play. The owner, Matthew Asheson, says his goal is to have the best selection of games with the lowest costs in the area.
We've been open 3 weeks. Every single shift has been profitable. And we've had a few shifts that were a little slow, still profitable. So we just know how to operate efficiently.
The arcade also has an indoor mini golf course that runs the entire perimeter of the building. More information and hours of operation can be found on our website, foxbangor.com. Looks like a good time to be had there, and at a reasonable price, no less. Alrighty, folks, that is going to do it for us from everyone here at ABC 7. Take care and have a great rest of your night. We'll see you right back here at 11. Good night, everybody.